Good morning, everyone. Today we're going to be going over a breathing exercise together, you and I. It's called equal breathing. And so essentially guided meditation. It'll be about 10 minutes long. You'll be able to watch this video whenever you just want to calm down, you want to relax, you want to be in the present moment and take advantage of being here and being alive and excited. So cheers to that. Keep this exercise in your back pocket, folks. Enjoy the morning show. Good morning, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of the Talk Terror Morning Show, where we go over tips, tricks, ideas, and exercise to make you the absolute best person you can be, not only for yourself, but for the people you love and care about most. Good morning. Thanks for tuning into the show this morning. We have a nice, easy, flowing, going episode this morning. Today, we're just going to be doing a breathing exercise. A guided breathing exercise. And this one is called equal breathing. Equal breathing. Maybe you've heard of it before. It's one of the more, it's about as simple as it's going to get, really. I think with a lot of the classes I've taken, the coaches I've worked with, and I like equal breathing the best because, for being honest, we usually don't take the time to do this. So I try to make it as easy as possible for myself to do breathing exercises, to do meditation work, and to give the time that it needs. I think nowadays things are so fast and there's so much stimulation and information and we're moving around and we're so busy, and whether it's the interviews or the other podcasts or the exercises, maybe you tune in the show and check out. It seems like we're go. So I wanted to really make it simple today. Let's go ahead and kind of summarize what we're going to be doing here on the whiteboard today. So essentially, we're just going to be doing a 10-minute meditation. And this is going to be equal breathing. Anyone have some fun plans this weekend? I know I'm going to be seeing a handful of my really close friends, and I'm really excited. Makes it really hard for me to work whenever I have friends coming to town or I got plans set up. I get all antsy and riled up, and I know there's still a lot of things I need to do, but before then, so I think this is perfect to do a breathing exercise together before we move on. So essentially, I'm going to set a timer for 10 minutes. Let's go ahead and edit this. Good morning for, if you're just now coming into the show, 10 minutes. Okay. So as we're kind of getting ready to rock and roll, you can either do this with me for a minute, you can do this for 2 minutes, you can do it for 3 minutes. There's no right or wrong, or there's not a set time that we need to do. I think the object is to just reduce stress and to recenter ourselves, to feel better, to feel happier, and to feel healthier. So whatever way that we have to do that, I'm all for it. And I think just slowing down and breathing. I think coming on here and just showing that it can be done for 10 minutes, or maybe you like 20 minutes, or even we can do an hour one time together for one of my longer meditations. But we'll start with 10 minutes. It seems like a good spot. So I'm going to go ahead and set a timer. And then I'm going to reposition my camera. I'm going to be standing for this meditation. You can either be sitting, you can be standing, you can be laying down. It's kind of up to you and your preference. But preferably, sometimes I like to stand so I can really feel the weight go to my feet. I can feel like the bones in my body as I'm breathing in and out. A few more tips on equal breathing. So while you're doing it, really, you're thinking it's just like the way it sounds. You're going to be taking breath in. I prefer to breathe into the nose for filtration, temperature regulation, filtering out bad bacteria. There's a slew of number of reasons of why it's always beneficial to breathe in through our noses. If you're having a hard time with that, doing these breathing exercises really helps breathing through the nose. Additionally, there's neti pots. But I know the book Breathe really changed how I view how we breathe in and out of our noses. So if you want to check that out by James Nestor, Breathe. I thought that book was really well written. But yeah, equal breathing. So you're just thinking of air coming into the nose, out through the mouth. The counts, I like to do like a count of four back and forth. I think that's usually the easiest. And additionally, if you want to think of the number as you're breathing in, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale. 1, 2, 3, 4. Either way you want to do it. You can do this in the car. I like to do this before I walk into a place. Say if I'm going to do a sales presentation or I'm going to try and do sales or something. I like to do this right when I get home. I like to do this in the mornings and in the evenings. Turns out we have to do it multiple times a day because people are naturally really crazy and we got a lot going on. So sometimes it can seem silly, but these are the exercises that I think that actually make us be less silly and not be so hard on ourselves and have a lot of that negative internal dialogue or bullshit stories or any of that crap. So I think it kind of helps clean the house a little bit and helps us recenter to what's really important. That's being healthy and being here right now. Okay. Let me go ahead and just set a timer, folks. All right. So I'm going to set a timer for 10 minutes and go ahead. You can breathe with me or you can come back to this video when you're ready to do the guided breathing exercise. But again, this is going to be equal breathing, just breathing in through the nose, breathing out through the nose, and just back and forth. I prefer to close my eyes after a first couple initial breaths. So if it looks like I have my eyes closed, it's just a nice relaxed state for me. I'm going to go ahead and change this in progress. Okay. All righty, let's get started, folks. This is going to be equal breathing. We'll start once you get in a nice relaxed position, making sure that our back's nice and straight. And something that is small but really helpful is press very lightly, just enough with a little intention. Press your tongue to the roof of your mouth and kind of give your chin a little bit of a raise. It helps with airways. So go ahead, position yourself when you're comfortable. We'll go ahead and begin. 10-minute meditation starting now. First breath in. Big breath out. Big breath in. Big breath out. Like the skies on a cloudy day, a cloud comes in, our thought, and it goes by. We catch ourselves veering off, we just bring ourselves back. When we're ready, we'll gently come back. After meditation, I always like to just ask myself, how do you feel? What do you feel? I feel very relaxed. I I just feel my body like all the way through it. 10 minutes, if 10 minutes was a little difficult, then starting in smaller dosages. And really, if for me, it's usually the hardest part is having my mind drift into things that I need to do, or drifting into just a bunch of hoopla, nasty stuff. Sometimes it can be bad stories. I tell myself like I'm behind, or limiting beliefs of maybe this isn't working. I think the mind can almost be our own jailer. And I think exercising, just like we all acknowledge that we need to do push-ups, we need to lift weights to get physically strong. I think to become intellectually and emotionally strong, I think meditation is one of the greatest gifts that we have available to us. And we have it available to us whether we're in the car, whether you're sitting at home right now, you're enjoying a nice cup of coffee. And yesterday, I had a really nice interview with Bailey, and she made some awesome comments about how it doesn't always have to be the activity. It doesn't have to just be sitting there and breathing, or standing here in this situation. I like to stand because it makes me really feel my weight and my body, and like my legs and my muscles and everything. So I like to stand sometimes when I do this, but it could be washing the dishes, or it could be doing laundry, or cleaning the house, or even like working on something with your hands. I think we can find meditation in really any moment of the day. And that's just about being in the present moment and giving ourselves permission to feel good and to really enjoy. So cheers to that, folks. That's all I have for today. I just want to come on here and do a 10-minute meditation. You can always come back and watch this if you want to do a meditation with you. This was guided. This was just equal breathing. Again, this was just equal breathing, where it's just how much ever air you're taking in, go ahead and let it out, and just kind of focusing on the breath coming in and out, and trying to really sharpen and strengthen that ability to focus. I think there's so many, whether it's social media or other tools, or everything's just so fast now. I think if we don't combat it with the opposite of slowing down and just kind of being with ourselves, I think it can become a little too much. So cheers to that, friends. I hope you guys enjoyed the breathing exercise. That's all I have for today. Today was guided. If you know someone who wants to do a little bit of a guided breathing exercise, or they just need a reason to, or an excuse for somebody to do it with so it doesn't feel so alone, send this video to them. I'd really appreciate it. Other than that, you guys have an incredible, incredible weekend. In case you needed to hear it, I love you. You're a badass. You got this. Let's do our breathing exercises, the push-ups of the mind, and I'll see you bright and early Monday morning at 8 a.m. Central Standard Time with episode 441 of the Talk Tanner Morning Show. Cheers, friends. I'm out.